I'm sorry to take up so much time, but we're not just talking about land, right? At the same time, SB 147 to say, like, if you're from these places, you can't buy property. You can't buy a house. You can't buy commercial property. You can't buy farmland. Later on, they even added you can't even own mineral interests. You can't own oil and gas. You can't own timber. That's not the only bill. At the same time, there was another bill that says if you're from these same countries, you cannot go to school in Texas. No private school, no private college, no public university, not even community college. Okay? Florida passed a bill that says if you're from one of these countries, you cannot work. You cannot work with the state of Florida. You may not have an employment relationship with any Florida university. That means no professors, no TAs, no lab assistants, but that also means no graduate students, because most graduate students have a requirement that you're a TA, you're a lab assistant, you do something. Even unpaid, they're barred from it because it's an employment relationship. We're going to have additional laws talking about, so property ownership, who can go to school, who can work, who can do a lot of other things. All the same old laws are all coming back. And it's the same old laws because all the laws are designed to have one message: get out. That's it. These are get out laws. These are messages saying, like, we don't want you to be able to live here. We don't want you to be able to grow here. We don't want you to be able to work here. Get out. And here's the thing: the danger is not just for the Chinese community. The danger is not just for the Iranian community. Here's the thing: nobody knows what Chinese people look like, right? They just, to most Americans, it's like, well, you have Asian face, you're Chinese, yeah. Right? So when the secondary effects of all these laws ripple through across our society, and I tell this to my Vietnamese friends, I tell this to my Korean friends, I tell this to everybody else, it's like, look, you have Asian face too. They won't know and or care what the difference is. Persians, what do Persians look like? They look like a wide variety of people. We don't know. But you know who's going to get identified? Indians, Pakistanis, Bangladeshi. Because to Americans, that looks Iranian. What do they, I mean, you think they care? You think they really care? No. So that's what my fear is. It's not just the laws. It's the implications of those laws, because every time we pass one of these laws, it says there's something wrong with these people. And if you pass enough laws that says there's something wrong with these people, well, you better hell do something about it, right? And this is my big concern on this is I think we're headed to a second internment camp. Because every time you say there is something wrong with these people, we can't trust them, right? That's the purpose for these laws. The rationale for all of these laws is national security. The same rationale as there was to pass these laws 100 years ago, 80 years ago against Japanese. National security. And after a certain time, the public sort of gets used to it and says, yeah, I guess so. I mean, we wouldn't round out other people, but I mean, obviously there's something wrong with these people, because why would we keep passing all these laws against them if there wasn't something wrong with them? And I think I think people, when I tell this to people, they say, like, it's kind of hyperbolic, you're going too far with it, like we're different people now, we're better people now. Really? What's changed about humanity, in the last 80 years? We're still the same people as we always are, right? We're just as ignorant, just as violent. So my message to the community, to not just the Iranian community, to the entire Middle Eastern, Arabic-speaking, Muslim community, however you define yourselves, everybody, this is an existential crisis, because their message is get out. And I don't know how to make that more clear. If we do not fight back now, there may not be a home for us to go back to.